Well, hello everyone. Back outside, and if you notice, there's an empty hole in the garage. So, haven't done a whole lot the past week or so. Ended up having a death in my family. My Aunt Kathy passed away last Sunday, or I should say, let's see, what would that be? Sunday before last now, and so went to Alabama, picked up my cousin because that was his mom. We went back to Florida, dealt with some stuff there. It was a heavy loss for everybody, and at the end of the day, cancer sucks, man. And but at least now, we know she's not suffering, but there's a lot of stuff to still take care of. So I've been gone for about a week, and got back this past Sunday, and it's kind of rested for a couple of days. Now I'm back out here, but evidently Ethan was pretty busy while I was gone. As you can tell by all the tools on the ground. So he got basically everything finished up on the car as far as mechanically. He did the rear disc brake conversion on it, got it done out of the way, got the brakes bled. So there's the old drum set up underneath the Lark. He decided to put the aluminum rims back on it versus the white rims, because the aluminum rims fit better with the car. So it's gone today, or this morning, because it's heading to get brand new tires put on it, four-wheel alignment on it, and he's already got it tagged. So he still has a little punch list to do on stuff on the inside of the car. We're going to try to possibly save the carpet, which is right there. Probably set out in the driveway and stuff and hose it down, scrub it down, let it dry, save some money. He's got half the exhaust on the car, but with the bends and everything in it, he decided to go ahead and just order. He's going to be ordering a kit, so that way it's all nice and complete. But have to say, it's running and it's on the road, and I'm very proud of him, because this was his first car he has tore all the way down to the shell. Yes, I helped him out on some stuff, but finally it's up and running, and he gained a lot of experience with it, so kudos to that. And while I was gone, had some packages show up for the Lark, so let's get to that. So the stuff that was ordered, I had to get some new U-channel for the windows. They kind of press into the door frame, and they don't make the original U-channel anymore for these. So there's a company that makes these, a lot better shape. And also ordered a secondary wiring harness kit for it. Because like I said before in the other video, well, it was going to run me to get all the wire to do this, the connectors, a fuse box, relay, a flasher, and all that good stuff. It was going to cost more. So picked up this. It was fairly inexpensive. It was like $32, and it's just a generic harness, but it's going to do for what I need it. Which is basically for headlights, blinkers, dash lights, marker lights, and a couple other little accessory things we'll probably need down the road. So I won't be using the whole kit, and because the engine harness from Hotwire does the brake light and the rear backup lights. So I'll be using that with this harness. And speaking of that, in my previous video, I was having an issue with the car stalling when I put it in gear, even though it runs and idles fine. And I texted Art about it, and he got back with me. Basically that I have to use the brake light harness that came with hot wire and use that brake light switch, because it has to tell the transmission that my foot is on the brake, and which is something I didn't know. So you learn as you go. So yesterday I got it installed, had to make a little bracket for it, but now it works, does this thing. And so that's out of the way. So getting closer, and started putting the trim in for the window. This is the U-channel stuff, and got this part in, got the upper part in. Now this channel here rides all the way down to about right here, and it was fun. Ethan helped me with it. He had to get his hands up in here. This all presses into place and stays put. Now I did notice on the door that there's a nut or a bolt there, and I think you undo this one and this one. One here in the back, and supposedly that takes this whole section out, and that probably would have been easier, but with this being the first one, we kind of did it that way. And I kind of like the fact of doing it a little bit harder and using two people, so I don't have to tear all this apart. And it was a kit. There's 4 pieces that came with it. So if you see here, that's the old U-channel, which is like totally gone, and it wraps up through here. So all this will get replaced. That'll keep this from happening with the window, and get some of the vibration out. And let me grab a little piece here that's left off the first window. So basically all this, use my death wheel to cut it, because there is metal in it. But yeah, it's got rubber backing on it with some ribs, and that's what helps it grip into the channel. And you got to make sure it's going to fit your window. I think I got this from studebaker.com, and there is, I guess, some little difference in the years, so you have to make sure you got the right one. So probably what I'm going to do today, I'm going to work on the rear channel a little bit, see how that goes. So basically the driver's side is the guinea pig, and so either what to do or not do on the other side. And I still got to order, they call it the cat whiskers, which goes along here, and it also goes on the door card side, because this top part has a metal piece on the door card. It takes care of the doors and the rear quarter glass, and I'll probably order that soon. I think the whole kit's like $75. So just slowly trying to get some stuff done on it. But like I said, today I'm going to try to work on this, and then I'm going to be back out of town again tomorrow, and probably be back Thursday night, so I'll probably get back on this Friday and this weekend. I'm kind of going through parts of the old harness. This is part of the headlight, blinkers, marker light assembly, I found it my other end to plug in for the windshield wipers, but I still got to get a schematic on this, find out what does what. A lot of little odd end things to do. I'm going to try to squeeze myself behind the roll bar and everything and get started on this. I got the window down. This is what the old stuff looks like. Of course, there's nothing left of it. Now on the rear quarters, there's a piece that mounts here to hold everything this way, which I got it on the shelf. But this is kind of what it is. It just kind of slides out because it's so worn out. The good thing is this is a shorter piece. So looks like somebody had glued it at one time and it's starting to come apart. So let's get the rest of this stuff out and start measuring. And inside the car, I got a couple of Phillips to take out to get this trim piece out. Don't know if I got to take this out or not, but we're getting ready to find out. I had to take that panel out. So here's the rest of it here. I'm gonna get it pulled out. And then I'm gonna use these as my templates for the new ones. Now that the pieces are cut, let's see if I can get them installed. Now that I got the first piece in, see how it goes up and around. Now it floats up in here, across here, until I get all the trim back in. So that'll sit up there like that. So let me go ahead and get this piece in here. And then I can roll the window back up, have everything in place, and put the trim piece back on and see how it looks. We might have to do something here, I don't know yet, but let's get that part of it done. The window's all the way up, all nice and snug with the trim, or I should say with the U-channel. So now, let's put some trim pieces back on. Well, wouldn't you know it, I painted the wrong trim piece. And I painted one for the passenger side, but at least that one will be ready to go for that side. So repainted the right one. So it's over there drying now. So as soon as that gets dried, we'll try it again on the driver's side. So guess I'm gonna watch paint dry. Get the other trim piece on. So let's roll the window down and see if everything stays put. Well, it seems to be holding in place. So we'll see how it goes. I tugged on it a little bit. Nothing pulled out. So we'll see how it goes. If it does start to come apart, then I'll put some type of adhesive on the back of it. But for now, it looks like it's gonna stay put. And I think that's going to do it for today. While the trim was drying, I went out to cut my yard. Took 3 times with all the rain we've been having lately, but had to get cut. I'm going out of town again tomorrow, and I don't really like cutting wet grass, but had to get done. So anyway, that sill's in. One on this door's in. I still got to get the one for here. So that'll probably be on the next order when I get the cat whiskers to go on the doors. But other than that, when I get back, I'm gonna do the quarter window on the other side and the passenger door, and then it's off to wiring. But other than that, guys, you have a good one, a safe one, and I'll see you down the road.